What an awesome job. My goodness. I am, yeah, yeah. Am I on now? Leon, how are you doing? How are you feeling already? Do you feel like you're a superwoman already? Okay, we're going to go all practical because, Grace and Maya were, and my young friend here, said everything that you really need to, to really make you want to go to Amazon right now, Okada Books, Lulu Books to purchase your copy. Now, the first thing that I actually, my perception of the book. I designed the book. I designed the cover and both the cover and the interior of the book. And when Grace sent me the manuscript, what we would normally do is to quickly browse through the content so that we can, prepare a layout that will reflect the content of the book. So what I did, I saw the book, and let me show you this. So it's A Girl, as everybody's been showing, okay, the amazing secrets, making the amazing secrets to making the most of your teenage years. My goodness, when I first got the manuscript and I looked through, my first reaction, and let me just tell you, I just got a piece of paper, okay, and I did a draft. I just quickly drew a table to do an evaluation. And this is what I did. So this is not how I actually first drafted it, but I just modified it a bit so I can show this today. So what I did was I drew up a reflection table, an evaluation table of the knowledge of, these lessons and values. And I was just reflecting back to when I was student. I've lived over 4 decades now. So I was just reflecting that when I was a teenager, how many of these values, of these lessons do I know? So I drew this up, and I discussed it with Grace, and we're laughing, and she was saying that, oh, you really need to bring this up. So and I drew up a scoreboard, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. So I went through the chapters. Okay, so a girl and her dreams. When I was growing up, and this was in Nigeria, in Africa, when I was growing up, I just thought, yes, I had dreams and I had visions, but in that culture, in that tradition, and also the religious worldviews, they do not encourage that because they always point us to our purpose in God, serving in, the ministry, respecting your parents. And I know that these are values, but those values, they are drummed into our system. They are drummed into us. It's like a kind of thing where you are forced, you are enforced to develop these values. So they don't tell us, the exact reasons why these values are important, but it's so much like they put a fear in you. Like, for instance, which is the most popular, as a girl, they would say to you, or if you go near a boy, you will get pregnant. You better not, if not, your youth will be wasted, your life will be wasted, and things like that. So I began to write all this evaluation down, and I had dreams when I was young. Okay, but I could not discuss it with anybody. I could not, because we had a culture of silence. I'm the baby of the family. My mom has 8 children, and I'm the 8th child. So it was like everybody dictated what I had to do, what I have to say, how I lived my life. And some of those things we're going to touch on today. And I also look at the title, Time is Life. Okay, so we're going practical with this now because we've said so many things, so many lessons, and how great that how the book would impact your life, okay, and make you a personality. Okay, so I looked at, time is life. So I've lived over 4 decades, huh? And I looked at how I'd spent my life up till now. I would say that most of it, with regards to my purpose, that I've actually wasted a lot of, of my years. And, meeting my mentor, Dr. Sunday Adelaja, he helps me to understand how important time is. Okay, so now I am trying to regain my lost years. And today I'll be talking to, girls who are now women, who are mothers, that, with this book, hey girl, you can regain your lost years. All of those values have been stated out there, and you can begin because you're still breathing, so you have this opportunity to make up for the lost years. So I look at a girl and her friend. There's something about me when I was growing up that I do not tolerate, people who would, impact my life negatively. So that I would say I did really well because I was always very choosy about who is my friend, and then daring to be different. This was something because in Africa or in Nigeria, there's what I have called the fivefold professions. You have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, an accountant, a pharmacist, and the fifth one, engineer. Okay, so I defy the odds, man, because I decided to do fine arts, and that didn't really go down well. Okay, but I still went on for it, so I dared to be different regardless of what the comments is. And the other thing that I put on my table here is a girl and her values. Your personal values are the things that are important to you in life. This is the essence of who you are and what will make you the success and help you to fulfill your dreams in life. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of them, okay, because I want you to go and get the book. I mean, this book will actually transform you and make you a personality, that you have been created to be. Okay, so Hey Girl actually helps you to define your purpose, the destiny that God has created you for. Okay, so the questions that I have here, that I've written down here is, who is the girl? Okay, now in Africa, it's so much like her life has been mapped out for her even before she is born. A girl, they've timed her. Everything is, that she would go to school, and after school she would get a job, and the next thing for her to do is to get married. Okay, so it's like a blueprint is already set up for her. But I love for those who are Christians, okay? So, like in Jeremiah 1:5, it says, even before your parents came together to conceive you, either as a male or as a female, God already knew you and predestined your life. And I love that because the girl child is also she's whole, she's complete. She is very good according to our creator, okay? She has some unique purpose, okay? She is packaged with gifts. She's packaged with abilities and talents and everything that she needs for her to live on this earth for a purpose. She is actually not what the traditions and the culture has mapped out for her in Africa, that she is created, to be a wife, just for house duties, bed issues, hospitality, things like that, even in the religious sector, they would be grooming her right from Sunday school to be the Proverbs 31 woman, and I think that the Proverbs 31 woman just discovered her own purpose and was running with it. Okay, so we also, every girl needs to, discover what are those gifts that God has given you. What have you been packaged with? You see, and I want to admonish African parents, okay? You need to really help your daughter. You need to study her. What are the things that she's been admired for? What are the things that people compliment about her? What are the, things that brighten her up, the things that she's excited about? You have to really start to study and to look for these attributes in your girl. And it's the same for the male child as well. And help them to cultivate that, to develop that. I did another diagram, because we have this thing in Africa, especially, where they say that um, um, you are the half of somebody else. So everyone in Nigeria, I narrow it down to Nigeria because that's where I grew up. They're just running crazy looking for their half. And I drew up this funny diagram, because if you are half of somebody, if you are half of a male, okay, just look at what you are going to create. If it's half a man and half a male coming together, you're going to, create this monster relationship. You are supposed to be like this. You're supposed to be whole in yourself. I've gone developed these values in you, and become a personality of your own. You don't need a man to be complete in life. Your destiny is not only in being married to somebody. And I know that the religious worldview teaches us that, and I think personally, I just think that this is a misinterpretation of the scriptures that says that, God is the head of the man, the male, and then the male is the head of the female. So everybody's running crazy looking for, going into all of these places for marital destiny, things, deliverance, prayers, and all of this stuff, because another thing that I want to, bring up here is the age, how did I even say it? There's the age gauge for everything in Africa. They just assume that when you reach a certain age, then you are ripe. They've not trained you in the values, in how to develop your personality as a girl, as a woman. Okay, so they just go, and start saying that, oh yeah, she's 22 now, and they look at all her physical appearances and everything else, and they are thinking that, okay, she's ready, to be married to somebody. Even in a culture in Nigeria, they actually go and prepare the physical body of the lady, of the girl, for her husband, because they feel like she is all who the woman is about a physical attributes, her breasts, her bum, and all of these. They say it's your vagina, that is your power. No, that's not who you are. You are first of all, created by God, and you have been called unto the nations. You have been called to be a prophet unto the nations. Okay, so you first of all, before you start thinking about going into marriage, and parents, before you start preparing her to go into marriage, let her discover who God has made her to be, because we're created in his image, and we're to be co-creators with God. I like to use the analogy of the parable of the talents, because in that parable, it helps you to understand that you have some talents, some abilities that God has given to you, and want you to multiply that, and for you to be fulfilled in that. Okay, before you start joining to somebody else or whatever, you are not created to just be somebody else's wife, and just to be have a covering. I don't know, they say this thing about having a covering, the man covers you. No, that is not really what you are. Yes, it's good to be married if you want to, but you really need to be prepared. You really need to be whole. You really need to develop the values that have been mentioned in this book. I won't go through it. You have to get your copy to see for yourself. This will develop you to become a personality in life. And then for women, girls who are now women, it's not too late. I am regaining my lost years. I've lived over 4 decades, like I said earlier, and yeah, you've got to begin to apply, some strategies to catch up with the lost years that you have. God has really called us, to be co-creators with Him. And I think it is time for us to take a hold, to take a hold of what God has called us to and begin to run with it. Grace, I am amazingly, I've prepared all of these notes, but I'm not really going through them because of time, but I mean, this is really, actually, Grace actually ran faster than I did, because I started writing a book called This Is Woman, and I just got really excited, and I'm looking at this and I'm saying, my goodness, oh wow, oh, she's taken over, she's running faster than I am. So I am going to, well, she's actually going to be my accountability. So yeah, partner, to help me release the book. So wow, congratulations everybody, congratulations Africa, congratulations girl child. I mean, this is just rocking it. I mean, are you not loving this? My God, this is the solution. Go and become all that God has created you to be. Hey girl, hey woman, hey female, congratulations. Amazing.